Keeping the Christmas flavor in the mix. Got well in next week Sunday. We'll bring you a pre-Christmas edition of Reason is Jesus. So watch out for that one. And Ogitha says happy birthday to Effie Jackson. This one actually came from Esther Mom. Okay, I've seen all your messages. Hold on. I should actually switch. And I'm going to switch over to where Pastor Joe Beecham and I will get talking. Okay. That's right. Good morning, baby. Thanks for sharing the testimony of the little boy who sang the praise. Very inspired. Essie, thank you. Yeah, great. All right, let me just add this one to it. Happy birthday to Mrs. Comfort Cote, wishing her long life and good health from Nina and Otobia. Right. Good morning. Welcome to my home. Oye, Nafienya. Oye, thank you. Why are you inviting me proper to come and chop? Bro, nyaba, anyway. You hear the firecrackers? Knockout. I'm Fifi Folson. Right after this, Up Close is on.
I'm just fine with Fifi Folson here on
Joy 99.7 FM.
You know, you can just get renewed all day.
Oh, hi everybody. My name is Neil Kai. I totally love to listen to Fifi Folson, and it's a joy.
Two things that God can never do for himself is praising and worshiping himself. Are you a worshiper? Stick with Fifi Folson. God bless you, Sonny Badu.
Hello, my name is Koda and you are listening to Fifi Folson. Come on, listen to Fifi Folson. He is the best host. This is Kwesi Oting. But for your mercies, where would I be? Where would I be?
Fifi Folson, my man. Hi, my name is Danny Nete. Don't touch that dial.
Joy 99.7 FM.
To me, what shall one say? So me, Abraham, it's a sea. Me to me, what shall one say? Miramaba, Amajin Kwan, my was in many jado, nye mayaresa, minyamye, Abraham itasi, mito me wosha wonsa, so mimo, minyamye, Abraham itasi, meze me wosha wonsa.
Well, you can sing along to this part, I know. Forgive me. I need to jump into the interview right now. You know the song, don't you? And just chit-chatting with Pastor Joe Beecham off air. And he tells me this song is 23 years. How old are you, though? I'm sure you've enjoyed this. So can you imagine 23 years? He also added that same song, maybe same sound, but it does different things through the changing scenes of life. Good morning. Welcome to Up Close here on Joy 99.7. It's that time where, you know, your favorite gospel icons come through and we chit-chat. Very revealing. Joy Gospel. Let's get this going. My name is Fifi Folson, the Christocentric guy. Show produced by Michaela. and we're good to go. Pastor Joe is here. I'm going to introduce him in a very unconventional way. He has no idea I'm going to do this. And so, Pastor Joe. Okay. Pastor Joe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pastor Joe.
How many times did
I
I
know,
call
right?
you?
But even that is not how I'm going to introduce you. So I need you to just give me just 30 seconds of your attention, okay? Undivided attention. And this is it.
Charlie, my bro. Hey. Beecham. Simple Beecham. Beecham. Beckham. Beecham. Beachman. Chede. Moko muka ampuye. Maryland or Saifa, Church of Pentecost. Elden introduce us. Beachman. Charlie, my bread.
Pastor Joe, Abra.
And then put my breast in, and now I'm sending them
Oh,
voice
no.
notes.
It's amazing, my goodness.
Oh my
And
God.
when I saw the status the last time, you said that you want to change your surname
Yes.
because people have been crucifying it. So how should we pronounce your name?
It's Beecham.
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 Oh, not your own yet, Beecham.
Onye Bechempo. Like people spell it.
I know.
You
Oh,
know,
I see.
all manner throughout primary school. But I think I didn't pay attention until recently.
Mm.
You see, people invite you, they spell it wrongly, you correct them, they come back with the wrong spelling. He says, "Oh, I gave the designer the right thing."
I know. I get that too. I get that too.
You know.
Yeah.
I think it's common with some names.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody was telling me a name like Bequin.
Mm-hmm.
Bequin. It is spelled Bekoe,
You know,
but it's pronounced Bequin.
McQueen.
I said, no, that doesn't compare to mine.
I know. Even my name Folson, I still get people say Folson. Even when I spell, so I can find on social media something there. So, well, okay, because you spell my name wrongly. So today, on behalf of all the wrong spelling association or pronunciation association of your name, we apologize. But welcome to Up Close.
The
I
elder
know.
said, Pastor Beachman. My wife was angry.
That sounds like a dancehall artist.
Oh
Pastor
my God.
Joe, it's such a joy to have you.
Thank
you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Before I went to Adisadiel, I was listening to your music and I loved it. Okay, I just loved your music then. And then I was in school and, of course, I desired to meet you one day. I remember anybody who was in Aglombi House, especially the year 2000, in our cubicle, we would just play your cassette like back to back. Everybody in the dormitory who could hear from the cubicle would just hear us. I mean, we were Pastor Joe fans. And then my house people in McBrown brought you in someday. I think you were going for an event and you passed through, and it was such a delight. I doubt if you ever remember that day, but I met you on the lawn and I just said, thank you for all the great songs. Yeah, you will never remember this, I know. And so I've known you from my days in Adisadiel. I've loved your music, and I want to say thank you.
Wow.
You know, yes, I don't know why you released the album around the time you did, but it did a lot of good. And 23 years, that song, that means the album is 23 years.
The album is 23 years, but I am 25 years in active ministry.
My goodness.
Yes.
25 years
In
active
active
ministry.
Yes.
Can we start from somewhere? Talk to me about the young Joe. Joe is what? Joseph?
Joe is Jojo.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that.
Yes. My actual name is Robert.
Yeah.
Robert Boham Beecham.
Is it your Shade Kemewa?
Yes. I think just after sixth form. After sixth form, I chose to go with Joe because it was an easy to identify with name. Because Jojo.
Yeah.
If I tell people that if I knew, I would even have made it J-O instead of J-O-E, so that you call me Joe.
I know. The J-O-E kind of sounds as though it's Joseph.
Yes.
In a way.
I remember one day I went to the U.S. and at the immigration, the officer asked me, is your name just Joe? I said, yes. He said, how?
It's
Then I had to explain
incomplete.
to him, yes.
I see. So
Yes.
you are, did you say you are Robert?
Yes, I'm Robert.
Bob.
I'm Bob.
Bob Beecham.
Bob Beecham. Bob Boham.
Bob. Anyways, so in case you didn't know, up close is very revealing. I'm sure you had it for the first time. Even the Joe is just Jojo, not even Joseph. So let's look at young Joe and music. Is music in the family?
Music is in the family to an extent.
Okay.
Yeah. I am told that my grandfather, maternal side, was a writer
Okay.
of songs. So out of his domain came Ijawara Jimmy Sam.
Oh, wow.
Ijawara Jimmy Sam. That's why the fanti is heavy. If I ask people to sing that song right now,
I know.
I think about 99% won't get it right.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
I always have to sing it, slow down, and then sing it again for people to understand what
Okay.
Sarah or Sir.
Oh, them not her.
Sir.
On your Shira.
Sir is like Inshira, but it's Sir.
It's Sir. Okay.
You know, Sir. Jesus Sarfo. You know,
You're a fickle.
Sir OCP. You see, a blessing that is solid. Na ediama mikra.
Oh, okay. Blessing that is kick him.
That is super solid.
Oh, I see.
Na ediama mikra.
This is from your. You said this is from your
My
paternal.
yes,
grandfather's
my
side.
grandfather's side.
Oh wow.
Yes.
He wrote the song.
Yes, and I got most of my songs. The songs on my first album, the inspiration is from my mom, because my mom sings a lot in the house.
Tell me about it.
And she has a very peculiar voice. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
You know, and she sings a lot. Sometimes she starts singing 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. till morning, like 8, 7. She's still singing and praying to God because she went through a lot. She fell sick when I was a child. I remember when I was going to class 1, they took my mom somewhere. I didn't see her again until when I was going to secondary school.
What?
Yes, she fell sick.
Class 1
Yes,
to secondary school.
yes.
Wow.
She felt very sick, and okay, it's not everything I can say because she doesn't like me talking about the family too much on. Yeah, you know.
I get
so, Manantu Anantu Anantu Minyo Buafu. Yeah, these are the songs she will sing. Meje Majishama Ba.
Oh wow.
Meje Majishama Ba. Those line of songs. Yeah, so the inspiration was from my mother's side, you know. And my mother is an intercessor, uneducated. But you can't just say she doesn't understand English, so you want to swerve her, you know, and talk about something in English. Oh, she'll catch you. Oh yeah, she'll catch you.
Wow.
Yes.
You sound like a Mama B though.
Dada B.
Mama.
I'm always saying mom, right? Yeah, because also I'm 8 of 8. I'm a last baby.
Out of 8,
Yeah.
so 7 siblings, yourself 8.
Yes,
Wow.
I'm the second boy. So I have 6 sisters.
Wow.
So definitely I'll sound like a Mama B.
You've been pumped.
Over pumped.
You know, I find you very, very quiet. Are you a quiet person?
Yes, I'm a quiet person. But of late I've become a talkative.
Who caused it?
I think the struggles of life, church, being in the church environment, as a youth pastor from age 22 or 23, you know, I had to engage a lot of people. I'm always counseling and advising. Sometimes people who haven't even called me, I'll stop you and advise you.
As you are led by the Spirit.
I mean, whether I'm led or not.
I see. That's a ministry on its own, yeah?
I'm telling you, I'm sure some people have not been happy with me for some time, but they should forgive me. I've stopped.
Oh. When I ask anyone to give me one word to describe Pastor Joe, a word that will not, miss the list is humble.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I hope they are not equating quietness to humility.
I'm happy you brought up this.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it's one of the mistakes that people make. You see, humility is a spirit, and not an appearance. But it shows, out of you, what is in you shows outside. So sometimes we see people who are very calm, we say they are humble. But deep within them, it's only the person himself who can. There are times I've prayed to God and asked God, please, I feel proud.
Oh.
Yes. I tell God I feel proud. Please help me. If there's any wickedness of pride in my heart, forgive me and take it away. There are times that you yourself can tell that you are going off. No, and I normally ask God that question. If have I lost track? The way I was going to react to this, the way I said this and said that, there was an element of pride in me. Forgive me. I won't do that again. I want to agree with you that humility is inward, and it shows outside.
Thank you for expatiating on that. I appreciate you. Now, let's go back to music. So, grandfather writes songs, mommy sings, and then where did it come from? I mean, you just all of a sudden deciding to write, record.
Okay.
Let's look at the journey.
So it means that we are skipping some aspect of my life.
No, let's go there.
Okay, so I remember very well. I talk about this because I want to encourage parents who see talent or giftings in their children to take it seriously and help develop them and then put them on the God-given path. I remember my nursery school days.
You do?
Yes, I do. I don't remember a lot of things, but this one I do. I remember the times when any visitor who came to our home would give me money because I'll go and hide behind a door and sing a song. I remember, let me say it this way. I remember my mom telling me that when I was about 2-3 years, every midnight I would wake her up and tell her we should sing a song before we slept again.
Oh.
Yes. And she says, there's only one song we were going to sing anyway. Beloved, let us love. Love is of God. In God alone had love. It's true. Abode. Then we'll sleep again. So, this man, he's called, he was Honorable, what's the name, crowd? He was an MP in Takrady. Oh, I've forgotten the name. Something Sam.
Okay.
When I remember, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'm growing old now, so I don't remember a lot of this. Yes. And he used to be in the Christian fraternity. He was very visible. And I remember I was 12 years old in a white suit. And he put me on stage in a conference, a huge conference in Takrady. And I sang a song. So I started way back. I don't want to talk about school, how the girls would give me their monies during worship. And then break time, they realize that they don't have money to buy food and all that. Let's cut off that.
Oh,
portion.
wow.
Oh, yes. So me and music,
You go
songs.
way back.
No, me and songs. If you have no idea, you have no idea what songs do to me.
Mm.
When I hear, so that's why when people ask me what's your favorite song, I can't just tell you it's AB. It depends on the mood at what time, venue, environment. If you have watched my ministrations, you can't predict me.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember one day in a huge program in Holy Fire Takrady, I was on stage. It wasn't Christmas. Then I started singing this song while shepherds wash their flocks by night.
You had missed the timing.
I kind of, but let me finish.
Okay,
understand?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, okay?
Okay, sir.
Oh my God. Forgive me, people. Forgive me.
This is the real Pastor Joe Beecham.
I get excited when I see exciting people.
I know, right?
And I meant to tell you where you are sitting now. I have never really taken time to, look at it this way. You look super.
Oh, wow.
The corner you are in, Charlie, is beautiful.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You look super. The whole setup here is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes. And let me go back to where we were.
Please
So I started singing the song. The angel of the Lord came down and glory shone around. And then my congregation, the crowd, they were laughing at me.
I would have laughed.
I mean, everybody was
Yeah.
laughing. Everybody was laughing. And God has blessed me with a gift. When I close my eyes, I can get lost. So I closed my eyes. And then I started digging deeper. And I was singing the song on purpose. Not because it was Christmas, but I was inspired. I have a way of picking up songs. Then I said, let the angel of the Lord come down. Let glory shine around. And then I heard noise. So I was thinking the laughter had escalated. I said, let the angel of the Lord come down. Let glory shine around. And then suddenly I realized that I felt I was taller than, I was at that time. I am, let me say it this way. Then I felt the stage had moved from where I was standing to here. So I started moving my legs, trying to step on the, elevated
Platform,
stage.
Okay.
And so my movement was some way. By the time I noticed, I realized that the whole congregation were on the altar.
Oh.
The angel of the Lord had come down and glory had shone in the room. And I heard demons screaming, Son of man, don't cast us out before our time. There was chaos in the room. It was, oh my God. So, myself and songs,
Whoa.
I can tell God anything I want to tell God through a song, and I'll have an answer. Oh, yeah, me, so me, yeah, oba. That was my prayer when I was looking for a child.
Pause there. Can we talk about that since you brought it up? I mean, that's one of my favorite songs from you also.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a prayer song, a personal prayer.
Yes, personal prayer.
For a musician of your caliber and for the testimonies then I had heard through your ministrations and your songs, it was obvious that you had heard testimonies of people conceiving and all of that through your music. Around the period when you and your wife were trusting God for a child, what was happening to you?
For the first 8 to 9 years, I wasn't too troubled because also I was moving about a lot, ministering. So I found strength in the work of God. In fact, I was always fulfilled when I had ministered to people. You go back to your hotel and then you go and sleep. The next day, you're going somewhere else. Especially traveling outside the country to minister in other places. I was occupied by that more, you know. By the grace of God, just after we got married, I started traveling with my wife. It was easy for us. So we were always almost together, everywhere. You see. So for me, I knew God would show up.
You did?
Oh, yes.
Your wife did?
I'm very optimistic. My wife did, but we will have to bring her here to ask her some of the questions I can't really answer.
I get you.
Because I believe that maybe she drew some strength from me, and I also did draw some strength from her. But individually, there might have been things going on that I can't answer now. Of course, I saw tears and there were questions. You know, when Jacob's wife asked him, give me a child, you know. So there were tears and questions here and there sometimes. At times she tried to prove very strong, but I knew she wasn't. You get it? But I am okay, so let me say God strengthened me to strengthen her. Let me put it that way.
Right.
Yes. God strengthened me to strengthen her. And we were together most of the times. Most of the times. It was very challenging. It was not okay. We had families from both sides who didn't trouble us at all.
Oh.
We never had that kind of, where is my grandchild? And no.
Okay.
We rather had encouragement. My mom would say, God will show up. God will do it. You know. My mother-in-law, the same. So we never had that kind of, thank God, we never had that kind of pressure from family. Church. In church, sometimes it was difficult.
How is that?
Because, you know, every convention, every guest who comes and who says, those of you looking for children, come forward. Then everybody is turning, you know, to see if you go forward. Oh, they're, and then sometimes you are even outside the premises, somebody will come, they are calling you.
I can imagine the pressure.
Yes, yeah, you know. And there are people who don't really understand that when somebody is going through terrible times, there are things you don't say to them. There are things you don't say to them. You don't go to somebody who is looking for a child and jokingly or whatever tell the person, "Yen tamana wona mejemenana." You get it? Or next year by this time. Even somebody who is not married yet and who is aging, you don't go to the person and say certain things to him, because the person begins to feel like you are intruding, you know, into their privacy. You get it? And then again, you are not an authority over the person. The next thing is that you are adding insult to injury. You are making the person, you are hurting the person more because he's already hurting. When you see people in such situations, the best you can do for them is to let them know you stand with them. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, Uncle Joe.
Because already, if I come into an environment where my friends and their kids are, or we went for a picnic or a program or something, we are all there, without any evil intentions, they'll be talking about their family stuff, the kids, and my kids this, and you don't have it. And you hear those things, you are tempted to believe that they are doing that because of you.
I know, right?
Meanwhile, for them, they are free-minded. They are just flowing. You get it. So I think that I have been there, so I need to prompt people.
Thank you.
You get it. Prompt people. Don't say those things to people who are going through difficult times like that. A friend of mine lost a daughter, and I visited him. And he was waiting for me to say wild things to him. I told him, I said, Charlie, do you know something? I've never walked this way before. I haven't experienced this before. I don't know what to tell you. He was shocked. I said, if all that I'm going to tell you is theory. But if I brought somebody here who has been through what you have been through before, and the person spoke to you, you would say thank you. Yes, because God told the people of Israel, you are crossing the Jordan. Wait, let the priests who carry the ark go first. Watch them. Let there be space between you and them. Reason is that so that you will know where they pass, so that you know where to go when you start moving. Because you people have not passed this way before.
Right. Thank you.
You have not passed this way before. You get it. That's why when you are a child, you talk a certain way. When you grow up, when you mature, maturity also means an experienced one. If you haven't run away from Potiphar's wife before, you will wear your SU t-shirt and begin to criticize people who couldn't run away from Potiphar's wife. But wait until you run away from Potiphar's wife, and you have the moral right to tell that, oh, Osimesi or Bente, he didn't try at all. Yes.
Pastor Joe Beecham.
You see, I'm talking too much.
No, but I am quite listening to you because I feel that the Lord wants you to address certain things, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's
I'm enjoying it too,
it's
but
a
I'm
great
talking too much.
revelation.
Ask me another question.
You were talking about
Oh
the
my
song,
God.
the song,
Yes.
the one that you said was your prayer, asking God for a child.
Exactly.
And so you wanna was the MP you're talking about Bosom Trisam?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
Uncle Emmanuel
Yes.
Magda sent that over. So
Exactly.
thank you.
you so
All
much.
right, great. So
Thank you.
so the song, what did the song do? What inspired that song, and how did the breakthrough come?
Yes. So in the 9th year, I heard some things from certain close people, and for the first time, it got into me.
Wow.
Yes. I am an introvert,
Mm.
and so I absorb stuff. Sometimes I won't express it until it overflows, and when you attempt to do, then it becomes a boom because quiet people tend to harbor a lot.
Mm.
The cholerics, they will say what they want to say. They don't even know they have hurt you.
Mm.
They see you and say good morning, and you are like, you are saying good morning to me after what you did. You get it. So it got into me, and I remember standing in the bathroom, and then telling God, I've served you all my life. I've given you my whole life, entire life, since I was a child. I promised to serve you, and I have done my best. You have used me to be a blessing. This small thing, you can't do it for me. That's what I said.
Wow.
This small thing, you can't do it for me. I won't ask you again.
Mm.
If you do it, fine. If you don't do it, fine. I won't ask you again. So it was after this prayer that I was inspired to start writing. Like, we and me and yipa ma wajin yimi ancestor. We and me and yimpa ma wajin yimi ancestor. Me wompai, me sufrewa. Shewe Yemonya, Asit Naimo, a qua Cassie be a beer, mammy. Nanso and what time for the door so pee. Meezy in Paiwa, Nimu, yeah, den. Meko ajima oya miji, amami huatami. Na wuye minyami, minso miye oba. You see? So I wrote it and then went to the studio to record. But God did something wonderful. That same year, He showed up. And when He showed up, we didn't even know that the miracle had come. We're still asking and praying for it. You see, so we were in New York, 2 a.m. Somebody was crying. Whilst I was deep in another different REM cry. I was, and I heard somebody was crying. When I woke up, it was my wife. I said, why are you crying like that? And she asked me, when am I going to carry a child?
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I said, oh, that's why you are crying. Listen, this year will not pass without you carrying a blessing.
Why did you say that?
I needed to encourage her.
Okay.
I needed to say something to her that God would hear. I needed to put God to a test. I needed to let Him know that it was His responsibility or duty to do it. I needed to let my wife know that I am a man who depends on God. And I needed to also let her know that even though both of us are crying, I can wipe my tears and attend to her.
You prophesied.
Yes. This was not January. It wasn't February. It was October.
And you said this year?
I said this year.
Wow.
When Moses saw the Red Sea and the Israelites behind him, he had to say something. So he turns to the people of Israel and says, stand firm and see. Look at the words he was using. Stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord, which He will show you today. How many leaders will do this? Fathers are listening to me. This is what we need to tell our children in difficult situations. You need to stand up as men in the house. Politicians are listening to us. This is what we need to do. We need to give hope to the people, because He will never let any word that comes out of His servant, somebody is put in authority, fall to the ground. Wow. Never. So He says, stand strong and see. He's telling them that there's going to be an evidence of what I'm telling you. And Moses didn't know how. So Beecham wadwina biseraje.
One of your songs.
Yes.
October is when you said this.
October.
November, December.
I didn't mind. I didn't even think about whether it was November or January. I just said it. And I said it with confidence. And God heard it as a prayer. The funny thing is that, okay, I'll come to that. So, I woke up 5 a.m. to go for jogging. Then I wrote a note. Unfortunately, the paper I wrote the note on was a flyer, a magazine, with so many colors. So, It wasn't even visible if she wanted to read it. But I went and came back, and she was still sleeping. Then I asked her, "You didn't read the notes?" She said, "No, because I didn't wake up again. When I slept, I didn't wake up again." I said, "Okay." And 2 days after that, she had to leave for Ghana, so she left, and I stayed. That week was the week towards my birthday. So I was fasting and praying to God and asking for a birthday gift. And of course, you know what I was asking for, a child. We didn't know that my wife was already pregnant when she was crying.
Glory.
Yes. Exactly.
God is good.
Exactly. So me and songs, like I was saying, I don't just sing. I mean every word that comes out of my mouth when I'm on stage. I tell people that I believe because I'm an intercessor, I stand in the gap. I don't stand on stage. I stand in the gap. My ministry is to draw people closer to God. I'm a middleman. Maybe if it was insurance, I don't know whether I'll be a broker or what. I've forgotten my comments small.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Pastor Joe Beecham, you are such a delight to listen to. And I could spend the whole day listening to all these great things God is doing in your life. I want to just go back a little bit. I know that today something awesome is happening in the ministry. You're going to be standing in the gap, okay, as part of your 25 years of active ministry. My goodness. You know, I shared the song, Masembi. That was the first song I played. Would you agree that that's the song that, if you like, brought you into the limelight?
Oh, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
What inspired that song?
Masembi was when I was going through a difficult time, not understanding what was happening to me because I felt the call of God upon me at a very, very tender age, early age. I had just turned 20. I was in my early 20s, and the hand of God was so strong on me, and I felt God was calling me to something I didn't understand. So my days at T Poly, early days at T Poly, as a fresh student, I had to be cut short because I couldn't perceive what was happening to me, and I couldn't pursue the course I was reading. Then my family were not so happy. Everybody, of course, was not happy.
Certainly.
Because, So one morning, I woke up and knelt before a chair in our living room. And then I told God that if you are calling me into ministry, please make things fast for me. Show a sign. Let there be an evidence quickly, because I can't stand all the things that I'm hearing, and what I'm going through is too much for me. I'm just but a little boy. Then I came back I told him that I'll come back for an answer. That's what I said. So I came back the next day, and the word came out of my mouth was Assembly Amekacho until Amaba.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Your songs tells your story. Now, it's funny I'm going to ask this, but one of your songs that says Fachemi, right? So, what did you do?
Oh my God, you remind me of Giovanni. You know Giovanni?
Yeah.
Giovanni asked me a question. I love. Oh my God. Giovanni said, "Why did I threaten God? Threaten God by saying, Seminsa so
I know, right? Very interesting line there.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, Giovanni, it's just telling God that if I should get hold of your garment, I know all shall be well." I had not done anything, but I told you I'm an intercessor, so I stand in the gap. Before I minister, I pray for the people I'm coming to minister to. I
Mm.
pray for them a lot. The people I've ministered to in Tamale, Bolga, elsewhere, I've not met them physically before I went there, but I meet them spiritually in the spirit.
Mm.
I pray for them. God, if these are the set of people I'm going to minister to, then touch them, open their eyes, open their ears, give them a listening heart, let them come. So when you meet them, it's like the work is done.
Mm.
Yeah. So I some of the songs, I stand in the gap, I put myself in people's shoes, and then I present it to God. So when I'm on stage and I'm singing, it resonates with you.
Mm.
You get it. It's like something that I want to tell God, and this man is telling him on my behalf,
Okay.
or drawing me to,
Mm.
go before him to tell him.
Mm.
So basically,
I see.
that's what he said. But the thing is that, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God.
Mm.
Sin is synonymous with us, all of us.
Mm.
And so it's a generic song that all of us relate to.
Now that you've talked about that, you're drawing my mind to a conversation we've been having for a while. It has to do with LGBTQ plus, all of that. Do you think this song you would want to remix it to address that situation?
Let's make it the last question.
Like, you want to run away from here?
No, we'll come back to it.
We will, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, Pastor Joe, you're 25 years in active ministry. Today, there's something awesome happening at First Love. We'll talk about that one just in a moment, okay? I thought, I'm looking at my time and I wish I wouldn't have to interrupt it, but let me just, for the sake of those who have been asking, Pastor John, Ebendano, very lazy, and you're fufu nazi, but you won't take a cry.
Holy God, because of your mercies, I am not consumed. God, because of your mercies, I am not consumed. Love flows from your presence, and healing from your hand. Oh God, because of your mercies, I am not consumed. Holy God, because of your mercies, I am not consumed. Oh God, because of your mercies, I am not consumed. Oh, love flows from your presence, and healing from your hand. God, because of your mercies, I am not consumed. Oh, love flows from your presence, and healing from your hand. Oh God,
It's a good one.
because
So
of
this one is simply titled Mercy, and it's coming from the camp of Pastor Joe Beecham. Well, it kind of sounds fresh. Well, for those of you probably never got hold of that album that got released. Pastor Joe album, my friend, then what was it?
Let the Fire Fall.
Let the Fire Fall. That was
Yes.
in 2016.
2016. Yes.
Wow. I
Yeah.
see. Between that time and now, you've not released anything, right?
No, I've not.
You did some single B for, I remember you did one
The
single.
COVID time.
Yeah.
I did Peace Be Still.
Yes, Peace Be Still.
Yes.
Are you in the studio? Are you recording?
Yes, I'm in the studio. Very soon, we'll hear something new.
Do you feel pressured to come out with an album?
For now, no. But somewhere around after the third album, which was Embry,
Mm-hmm.
there was a huge delay, and the pressure was so great. Those were wilderness times for me. Those were difficult times for me. That's when I felt so pressured to do something, and it wasn't happening. The circumstances surrounding this, I can't share them all. It's not for the public. You get it. But a lot had happened around that time. It was 2 years after every album. I was releasing every 2 years.
Yep.
Yes, and this was like between 2002 to 2008, so 6 years. And that is where I pray that nobody will get to. The place where you want to come out but you can't come. It's like you are stuck in the wilderness. The other day I said on another platform that if somebody is not forthcoming, if you have a friend you are not hearing from, if you are a father and your son is not forthcoming, if you are a pastor, your church member is not forthcoming, often ethics suggests to us that the minor goes to the greater, often. Once in a while, your father will call and check on you. Fifi, how are you doing? Fifi, where are you? But you as a sheep, or let me use this scenario. You as a church member, you often talk to your pastor. Pastor, can we do this? Pastor, you said I should do this. Pastor, this, And then if you have a spiritual father you are close to, you have to go to, because these people are busy. But sometimes if your son or your child is not forthcoming, look for him. Because Jesus will leave the 99 and go and look for the one. Maybe he's stuck in the wilderness.
Wow.
Maybe he's stuck, the desert. There's a lot of sun. Movement is difficult. Maybe he's trying to walk back towards you, but his movement is slowed down by a heap of sand in the desert. Maybe he's thirsty somewhere and he needs just a drop of water on his tongue. But often it's like, he's not. You see out there now, he's not coming again. Why a big man? You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
Yes.
What keeps you relevant?
You said?
What keeps you relevant? You've been kept relevant for 25 years. What has kept you?
Do you want me to sound spiritual, or you want?
Give me the spiritual one first.
Of course, it's the kindness of God. Let me say kindness, the kindness of God.
And the non-spiritual one.
The non-spiritual one is that without him was nothing made that was made.
Brother Joe, this evening you are attempting to put 25 years of ministry on one stage to be a blessing. Let's talk about, what do you call it?
Yonder.
Yonder. What's that?
Yonder is beyond. Simply beyond. A step further.
I see.
John said, and I heard a voice that said to me, "Come up thither," like step up towards me, going into the deep. Leaving the You see, when you are flying, the plane takes off. If you are flying to Takrady, sometimes 12,000 feet above sea level, 14,000. But if you are going to the US, sometimes maybe 34,000 feet.
Yep.
So those who fly to the States and other places, they go yonder.
I see.
Than those of us who fly from here to Takrady.
So what will happen tonight? What are you expecting? What should we expect?
What we are expecting is that just as when God spoke to Abraham and told him that give me your only son Isaac, and Abraham obeyed and got to the place where he had servants with him and told them that you stay here. I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and we shall return to you. In the same manner, in the midst of the crowd tonight, you can tell somebody, please excuse me, I'm going to God and I'll come back to you. And on that mountain, you remember what happened? There was provision, right?
There was.
Yes, there was provision. And it's a whole sermon for another time.
Well, we'll leave that for another time then. So, Joe Beecham Ministries celebrating 25 years of impact, Yonder Worship Sacrifice, and on the bill is Daughters of Glorious Jesus.
Yes.
Coda. Yeah, you and him, you go way back. MOG Music. MOG did a remake of Fache. Uncle Ato is on. Same Spirit of Denke. And it's happening today, 5 p.m. prompt at the First Love Church near UPS in Legon. It's absolutely free. Pastor Joe Beecham is leading. I mean, you know what? Come and let's together go yonder. And one of the things I was going to ask you was about the protocols. Are we observing COVID protocols there?
Exactly. Thank you so much for asking. It's so important to me. I've been thinking and I've been wondering, God, please help us as we put measures in place to make sure that protocols are observed. Please help us so that we don't have any issues, because the new COVID thing is called what?
Omicron.
Omicron.
Angel.
Okay. Omicron. And we want to go to the house of God and live without issues. So all the protocols will be observed. Please have nose mask. Have like 3 of them. Just pile them up. 1, 2, 3. Bon. Bring sanitizers.
Okay.
We will have sanitizers there, but have a sanitizer with you. So in the midst of the service, you just sanitize your hands. You know, COVID is not making us able to shout a lot these days in church. And so, but nyame beye.
Opo a cool man. Opo and sa, gigs be a new.
Oh, the last time catch Francis Amo there. The same Francis Amo. Catch a cocaine anointing. I'm not keep a cocaine anointing.
Too much energy.
Mr. Francis.
Charlie,
you know, they put me and Akese Brempon on a program being Tema. And then he had just released his song Raw. When I saw the flyer, I sent Pastor Nioka a message. I said, this one, the Lion and the Lambo.
But then, I need to find time to bring you. Today, I think one of the things that I had to do was just to allow you to share that testimony with us and inspire a generation. And you have done that beautifully. Today, we are joining you. What time is it, though?
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
today.
at First Love Church.
Center.
Okay, Center. That's around the UPSA. You can put it in the Google map, and we're going to show up there to join all the great minstrels and, just be blessed. Ephraim Ayete, God bless you. Daniel Amwanting. I'm seeing so many messages, coming in for you. We'll forward them to you after the event, and then you can respond accordingly. But thank you for honoring the invitation to be here.
Thank you.
God
Multimedia,
bless
what you have done for me, about 3 weeks coming. I can't say thank you enough.
Write a song for us.
Oh, I will. And then what again should I do?
Come to Carol's night.
I'm already in.
Praise the Lord.
Yes.
Pastor Joe, you didn't say anything about my last question, but my time is up. So I'll bring you back specially to record on the LGBT.
I've even forgotten what you asked.
Hey guys, we gotta go. Thank you, Michaela, for producing. Roland, thanks for being on the bench. The name is Fifi Folson. May God's grace see us through every life's race with an extra pace no enemy can chase. My miss is here. Good morning again.
Good morning, and here are the